going on? Brother John here. I hope everybody's doing okay. Today is like an anniversary. March 3rd, 2012 today. The anniversary because 5 years ago I made my first video on YouTube. I joined YouTube months prior but didn't make videos. Just watched. But March 3rd was my first video, which is in private now because I was of obviously different beliefs. So, but it was, I watched part of it today. It was weird. Maybe I'll put some up. I don't know. Maybe I'll put up a clip. It's 5 years. It's amazing how much can happen in 5 years. So with that, it was weird. Video came out by Truth Search today asking, what if you were God for 60 seconds? And I read some responses. I looked at another video. I forgot who it was by, the 98 something. I don't know. I'll put a link. And he would say he would just not create evil. Sounds good, right? Hey. But you know, in the end now, like I've said to people who have comments, oh, if we're going to be intellectually honest, again, we're all agnostic. So, I don't know, you don't know, and if anyone says they do, don't. They don't know either. To the theists, the fundamentalists, you know, it's always going to be about their concept of their Abrahamic concept. I mean, when we talk here on YouTube, most of us, when you say God, envision the Abrahamic faith's concept of God. You know, they put God in form outside, you know. And other religions do it too, but for the most part, since Christianity seems to be the most popular thing talked about here on YouTube, that's the concept we have. So, you know, so we can keep arguing, you know, with Christians or every single denomination of that there is of Christianity, and fight amongst themselves about who and what God is, and you know, never coming to any kind of conclusion or cohesiveness. But you know, they do it in other religions as well. So for any of us to say, I know that either, you know, first of all, that God exists or not, but then again, you know, what is the concept of the God you're saying that doesn't exist? So, you know, there's always this other possibility, right, of, you know, other ideas of God, consciousness. You know, there's pantheism, pandeism. You know, that God is in all and outside of all. God is the universe, right? Maybe, as I would tend to believe, that maybe with God, you know, having a human experience. You know, my reply was True Surgery. I'm more than God in 60 seconds. I'm God 24/7, 365. So, you know, we're never going to really know. So even if you could, you know, figure it out with the one sect of religion, then you're going to have to figure it out in another sect of religion. And then with the science part, you know, science is always changing. Its knowledge is always advancing. It's always correcting itself, right? It's a great thing. Plus, there's a lot of theories out there, too. And a lot of them are theories, but people seem to accept theories as fact when, I mean, how the fuck do you know? You know, they just recently discovered even millions and more stars. You know, the more and more we point those telescopes out into the dark spaces of the universe, there's still more beyond there. They're saying there's 100 billion planets, because they're saying there's at least one planet to every star, which would be a sun. They would give it one planet, right? There's 8 in ours. Used to be 9. But anyway, but we still don't know if it's a planet, asteroid, whatever. But if there's 100 billion stars, as they already are predicting now, right? More. 100 billion planets could be. So your knowledge, it just keeps expanding. So you become very arrogant if you even say, I know. This is why dogma sucks. This is why I'm a deist now. But we don't know. And I know it could be fun. You would debate these things, and it needs to be debated, because I really think that we need to come to conclusions that I don't know, okay? And if we want to have any kind of fulfilling life and everything, we have to kind of go on what is known already and what we know and learn more, right? I think that's part of having a good life, right? Is constantly learning, expanding your mind. But quickly to the point of if you were God 60 seconds and someone said they would get rid of evil. See, the problem I see there is then you get rid of choice. And if you're God for 60 seconds and you decide to eradicate evil, what about the other person, that other being, the other human, sentient, that chooses to have otherwise? Then now you are inflicting on their decision making. I don't know if you get me. Because I think most of us who have our beef with the evil dictating God agreed. Would say the problem was the evil and everything. But if we get rid of evil, then we get rid of, you're really wiping out humans, individuality. There'd be no ability for choice, and you have to have choice, right? Isn't that, be atheist or believer, you have a concept of liberty or freedom, right? A God-given, you choose to do things. You want to be free. You want to be able to move about as you want, not to be bothered, as long as you don't hurt anyone else. You don't want your freedoms inflicted, right? This would be a choice. This is something I think we choose to want, right? I would hope so. Have a good life. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? And the choice to do how you see that sees fit for you. But unfortunately, bad choices are part of that process, So that's why I see, if you're going to eradicate evil, it's like eradicating the yin out of the yin and the yang, they both need each other, see. So I lean towards more that concept, that Eastern thought of the God being the whole circle, and then the yin and yang is two opposing forces, but each having an influence of the other inside of itself. So I like that concept of God. That's how I see it works better, the duality, the need for the duality, the paradoxes. If there was a paradise, life would get boring after a while, wouldn't it? If there's no need to strive and overcome trials and tribulations and to create, the need to create, to invent, where's the passion for life? I don't know. Where's the experience really? Does it really become fulfilling? I don't know. We don't know. And maybe it's easy for me to say. I was born able to walk, and I've held my limbs. I'm able to see and hear, and I'm thankful for that. And I have no answers for why certain people are born a certain way, and I don't. Why am I in some ways feel more privileged, or I actually take it for granted, right? How much of us take it for granted that most of us have all our faculties and those don't? But then, are they those who that are perceived as being handicapped? We've seen do amazing things that should put us to shame. So it's not even about the physical, right? It's got to be more. It's got to be something, a spirit, the human spirit. So where's that come from? I know I'm going on and on rambling, so I'm just going to end it here. And take care, everybody, and 5 years on YouTube already. Lots changed. Who knows what'll happen in another 5 years? Oh, speaking of, YouTube, is changing March 7th. Everybody, it's going to be dictated that you're going to have, their new channel design, which I think just sucks. It's killed a lot of what YouTube started out with. It was more community based. It was cool, but now it's gotten really commercialized. Posting comments can be difficult to see on the channel. It's all messed up. YouTube, I don't know, really screwing up. I think, God, I guess we just have to wait for the next bright idea. Isn't that what always happens, right? Start something good and then it gets all commercialized and business. And it's always about the money. Hey, you need money to run things, yeah, but the greed, man. I don't know. All right, that's enough. Off topic. Take care. Peace, everybody. Peace and prosperity.